Another caution is that that children should never be pressured to make a decision for Christ. It's the old soup and salvation kind of a thing, or the rice Christian thing. You know, you need this soup, so I'll give you this soup if you accept my faith. You know, so utterly illegitimate to do that. And so children should not be pressured to make a decision. And children are easily influenced. You know, it might be easy for them to get a child to say, yes, I want to accept Jesus as my Savior. And next month he may say the same thing. So I think counting converts is quite suspect when we're talking with children, because it can so easily be inflated. So we don't pressure them to make a decision, and especially if they're in a vulnerable situation where they're dependent financially or on some other resources that we might have. Because there's, you know, even though it may be made clear to them that our assistance isn't dependent on your accepting my faith, they might think that it is, you know. So yes, 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 I believe, in order to continue to receive things. So we have to be very, very careful, not only with the children, but with the adults as well. It's also, I think, unethical to guide children to a commitment of faith if they don't understand the consequences. You know, a child may be very naive about what this means and say, yes, I want to accept Christ as my Savior. But then they go home and they blab it to their parents, and next thing you know, that child could be ostracized. That child could even be killed. There are well-documented cases of children being killed. And they may not even have any idea about those the possible consequences. So we have to be very, very careful that they understand the consequences. I actually do not think a child should be baptized until their parents are also willing to be baptized with them. By child, I'm talking about someone under the age of 18. Some people would say, well, yes, if the parents give permission, they'll let their children be baptized. But I believe that the child needs the support of the caring family and the community. And so I would advise that we wait until the parents themselves are also willing to be baptized. That way it's not just singling out one who may then have to exercise his faith in isolation, but bringing in the group and the family. Now, after the child's 18, or whatever the age of maturity is, then we can make that child, or the child can make that decision. The young adult can make that decision for themselves. But I think we have to be very, very careful about that. I think in every case, the evangelist needs to be protecting the dignity of the child, and whatever that might mean. If we're making statements about how silly their beliefs are, or you know, silly their parents might be, or something like that, it's damaging to the dignity of the child. And so we need to be protecting that child. We also need to be caring for the whole person. It's not just that they make that decision for Christ. We often say an empty stomach has no ears. We can't really get them to make a legitimate decision unless we're dealing with the whole person. And so any kind of evangelism, I think, needs to be a holistic evangelism that is addressing the needs of the whole person. And it needs to be done with humility. You know, we have the truth. We have the truth. But we speak the truth in love. Sometimes we speak the truth in love, or sometimes we speak the truth in love. I mean, the emphasis may be on one or the other. Love may sometimes mean we wait. Love means we're patient. Love means we're not divisive, we're not deceitful, we're not having hidden agendas. We have the truth, no doubt about that. But God will, I think, bless our patience and our willingness to be ethical in all that we do with children.